Hey, what's going on? You're watching All the Way Up Crypto. I am your host, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time watching this channel, hit that like button, hit subscribe. I really do appreciate growing this channel. One of my wonderful subscribers wanted me to basically discuss just objectively about the Lightning Network. For those of you that have probably heard a lot of people out there talk negatively about the Lightning Network, you only hear really like one side of it. Why do we need it if we have other things? Or, well, you'll be a money transmitter because you're doing X, Y, or Z. What I want you to do in the description below, like right now, go watch Andreas Antonopoulos, the video there he discusses the Lightning Network. Anytime I'm ever questioning or need more information or a better understanding about anything Bitcoin related, that's the guy I go to. He studies it. He explains it in a way that everyone can understand it. So please go watch that right now. All right, welcome back. Thanks. Glad you watched that quick little video. It's about 20 minutes long, I think. But he covers a lot of good stuff. So I'll give you my objective opinion on the Lightning Network. A lot of times we get the question as to why do we need the Lightning Network? Well, first of all, let's understand what it is. If you didn't watch the video, let's understand the Lightning Network is another layer on top of Bitcoin, essentially. And you have to basically have, think of it maybe like a checking account. You know, you have to have a certain amount of Bitcoin in your Lightning node to be able to use the Lightning Network so you can connect with other people. Again, it's peer-to-peer, and actually, in many ways, it's probably a little more decentralized than what the mining currently is of Bitcoin. But, so on a general, simple, simplistic nature of it all, you got to stick some Bitcoin in your Lightning node, and then you're able to transmit Lightning Network transactions. That's currently the very simplistic way of knowing about it. But there's a lot of ins and outs as to how this whole thing works. So one of the things you have to understand is the Lightning Network's designed to use onion routing. The Onion router, TOR, the Tor browser, if anybody is familiar with that. It helps with your being anonymous online. Can it be tracked? I guess to a certain extent it could possibly be tracked, but the hops that it takes to get to you. So the Lightning Network, if I want to send you some Bitcoin over the Lightning Network, I don't have to have a direct line, a direct Lightning node connection, payment channel open directly between you and I. It could go from me and then go out to 15 other people before it gets to you. Okay? Now, what you need to understand is between me and those 15 people, there's 15 layers wrapped around our transaction. And between me and the next person, we take a layer off. Well, I don't take a layer off. That next person takes a layer off. And it only knows that it was sent from me and it is being sent to whatever the next hop is along the way. All this stuff happens in the background. Right? So now we have a general idea of how it works. It's more anonymous, more peer-to-peer. It's pretty cool. So, do we need Lightning Network when we have something like Digibyte, which is pretty darn fast, or we have the hash graph kind of people out there that are super fast? You have like I believe it's Nano. It's pretty quick. You have a lot of these other blockchains that are on chain that are fast, or a spin-off of the blockchain like these hash graphs and stuff. So why do we need something like the Lightning Network? Well, if it's a layer 2 solution and it runs on Bitcoin's code, it can run on any Bitcoin forked coin. So if any coin out there is using Bitcoin's foundational code base, you can run on the Lightning Network. So now we just sped things up for a bunch of other blockchains, not just Bitcoin. You could actually run an exchange on the Lightning Network. Think about that for a second. A decentralized exchange. It's all peer-to-peer. People want to go and exchange it, boom, 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 boom. And then when you want to put it in your wallet, well, then you have to close off your payment channel. Boom. Goodbye. Now it's mine. Fully, wholeheartedly own it. So why do we need it? It's not a matter like, do we need it? It's the development of software. And is there a better, more efficient way of doing things? And I think there always is. That's why things are always being developed. Maybe Lightning Network doesn't make it. But I tend to follow Andreas Antonopoulos. He's admitted at times that he saw things going a certain way and was wrong. But he definitely, he thinks the Lightning Network right now is a very great solution, and it's going to, eventually get more mature and do what it needs to do. So I don't know. I mean, my opinion, I think it's great. Any development on anything to make things faster and secure is great. Is a Lightning Network secure? Well, no, because you're letting coins on a hot wallet, essentially. It's your Lightning node wallet is a hot wallet, and anytime you have a hot wallet, you're risking your security. You're risking your coins being stolen. So keep that in mind. But what you got to realize is most people aren't going to keep a bunch of money in there, which is going to further keep things decentralized. So, time will tell. Let things do what they got to do. I don't think it's a competition. I think the coins that are faster, like Digibyte for that matter, because I just think of the block time. 15-second blocks. Transactions are fast. I mean, do we need Bitcoin running Lightning Network that's going to be a store of value? Well, it can be a store of value and a transactional money type thing. I think most people will store it. I just do. I think it's reached a point where it's that valuable to people. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. I don't. I just want people to have the facts about the Lightning Network instead of just always hearing the other end of it. Because you have the Bitcoin Cash people that, oh, look, my transaction's already... Well, no, it propagates. Even Bitcoin's net transactions, depending on what wallet you have, will let you know that, hey, you just have an incoming transaction. And that's because your transaction's been propagated to the network. It's been picked up. It just hasn't been confirmed. So a lot of that stuff is all in there. It's this whole blockchain, distributed ledger technology, consensus. I mean, it's fascinating to me to see how things have matured in the past 2 years. I know heading into late 2017, Lightning Network, where's it at? It's coming. I'm like, come on, why isn't it here yet? And then after diving into it, I understand why it hasn't been fully released. And the people that are using it on mainnet, they're still taking a risk because it's still in its beta. So beta software isn't quite ready for the masses. So, I think in another year, 2 years, maybe 3 years, the Lightning Network will be a lot more available, and it'll be more trustworthy and be a little bit easier to use. So hopefully that helps you understand things. Again, if you did not watch the video I posted beneath in the description, go do that. You will get a much better understanding of what the Lightning Network is, how it functions, and I don't want to say why we need it, but why it's a good answer. Imagine Lightning Network running on Digibyte or Litecoin or something. I mean, it could just be used on all the Bitcoin code-based blockchains out there. So, anyway, happy Labor Day to all of you that are off today. I'm off, but I had football this morning. So, until we meet again, stay crypto, my friends. Peace.